Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Ensa Augustine. Please, if you're new here, kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you have been watching my videos and you're not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe for us to grow the mathematics community. But before I start, let me give a big thanks to Ruth Cheneboa. Ruth, I like your comments on my videos. Now, how do we solve this question? So show that 1 plus cosine of theta plus I sine of theta is equal to 2 times cosine of theta on 2 times cosine of theta on 2 plus I sine of theta on 2. Thanks to Harriet Araba Esau from University of Ghana, Legon, for sending me this question. Now let's see how we solve this one. Simple. From basic trigonometric identity, if you have sine theta is equal to sine into bracket theta on 2 plus theta on 2, which is equal to sine of theta on 2 times cosine of theta on 2 plus sine of theta on 2 plus cosine of theta on 2. So here we have sine of theta on 2 is equal to 2 times sine of theta on 2 times cosine of theta on 2. So we have this identity there. And if you have cosine of theta is equal to cosine of theta on 2 plus theta on 2, which is equal to cosine of theta on 2 times cosine of theta on 2 minus sine of theta on 2 times sine of theta on 2, which is equal to cosine squared of theta on 2 minus sine squared of theta on 2. That's a very simple. Now, we are going to use this to help us here. Now, this implies that you have 1 plus, in place of this, we are going to put down cosine of theta on 2 squared minus, now we have this one down, and we know that if you have sine squared of theta on 2 plus cosine squared of theta on 2, you are going to get positive 1 from sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equal to 1. Here we look at the angle, the angles are the same. Here the angles are the same, so it is also equal to 1. We can make sine squared the subject and get sine squared of theta on 2 is equal to 1 minus cosine squared of theta on 2. So in place of here, this one, we are substituting this here. We are putting this for cosine of theta, but sine is given by y minus, okay, let's do that step. Y minus sine square of theta on 2 plus I times 2 sine of theta on 2 cosine of theta on 2. Because our sine is given by this sine of theta. So here you have 1 plus cosine squared of theta on 2 minus 1 minus cosine squared of theta on 2 plus I times 2 sine of theta on 2 cosine of theta on 2. Wow. Now, this is the same as 1 plus cosine squared of theta on 2 minus 1 plus cosine squared of theta on 2. Wow. Plus 2i sine of theta on 2 cosine of theta on 2. And this will cancel that. This plus that will give us 2 cosine squared of theta on 2 plus 2i sine of theta on 2 cosine of theta on 2. Now here we can factorize 2 cosine of theta on 2 out. We have 2 cosine of theta on 2, and we are going to get here cosine of theta on 2 plus I sine of theta on 2. And hence proved, that is to be shown, QED. But here too, we could have done this substitution. No. 1 plus, yes, we could have done this substitution and then later come back. You could have done that substitution and then later, no. Okay, that is that. Yes, you could have done this substitution without breaking this, because here you could have taken 1 minus sine squared theta on 2, this one, without substituting this. You could have taken this one. That is what we did here. What we did here, that is if you have cosine squared of theta on 2 plus sine squared of theta on 2 is equal to 1. Then cosine squared of theta on 2 is equal to 1 minus sine squared of theta on 2. So in case of, instead of substituting this one and going through the whole of this, you could have substituted 1 minus sine squared theta on 2, which is cosine squared theta on 2 straight, and then everything will be simple. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments. Bye bye.